Rob, let's start with you. You know the Republican Party. Is the race over?
I think it is. It's very, very steep from Nikki Haley here. She was the governor of South Carolina, so she should do well there, you would think, except that it's a closed Republican primary. Donald Trump won 75% of Republican votes here in New Hampshire today, so it's hard to expect that Nikki Haley's going to cut into that margin enough to be able to win in South Carolina.
We've got 60% of the vote in. It's still a single-digit race, 9 points, 54-45. Nikki Haley can't be happy about that. She wanted to win. We know Donald Trump didn't sound happy about it in his victory speech about an hour ago. Anybody happy with these results tonight?
Oh, Joe Biden and the Democrats, for sure.
So?
Well, I mean, look, you look at the Trump speech tonight, you see how agitated he is. Many polls had him up by 20-plus points to win tonight. That didn't happen. He's clearly angry about that. Nikki Haley can't win from here. She has nowhere to go. So if you're Joe Biden, you look at that, yeah, maybe they fight for another 2-week scrimmage, but the race is over. And Joe Biden has 10 months now to make his case to the American people why he should beat Donald Trump. And at the same time, Trump is dealing with all the same things he's been dealing all along, the cases, all the distractions. He still has, to go through the paces to get to the nomination without anybody running against him, but Biden's got the clearer path there.
Rob, I want to ask you two questions. Did anything surprise you in those results tonight? Did you expect her to do better, number one? And number two, going back to that Trump speech just after 9 o'clock tonight, he needs this state in November. He needs the 4 electoral votes here. He was going after Chris Sununu, going after, he just kind of came, he doesn't leave, I would say, most experts would say, on a gracious note. Are you surprised by that?
I mean, on the results, I was surprised. Nikki Haley got a lot closer than I expected she could. I mean, a lot of people talked on paper she can get close to Trump, but she really did. And that's what led to this speech from Trump. I think he's agitated by her being so close. I think he's agitated by seeing how many towns she won. And they're the swing districts that he needs to actually be able to beat Joe Biden in the fall. Not just in New Hampshire, but they're the same type of voters that are in swing districts in Pennsylvania and Michigan and other places.
Yeah, so Marianne, the White House, the Biden team, pivoting to the general election, you say it'll only be a matter of time before Donald Trump does that as well.
Exactly. But to Rob's point, Donald Trump, since 2016, has lost his appeal to swing voters, lost women, lost the suburbs, but really consolidated his power within the Republican Party. And it's the Donald Trump version of the Republican Party. Those voters that you need to win the 7 states, I would add New Hampshire as the 8th for the 4 electoral votes, but there are 7 swing states. 2 million voters are going to go one way or the other that will decide this election, and those are exactly the voters that Donald Trump needs, but Joe Biden will get.